Thornton comes in for James Harden. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Taking a look at the Rockets, we've got Thornton, Trevor Ariza out there with Montejunas. Then there's Terrence Jones. And it's Lawson in at the point guard position.
Oh, that's a close call there on the illegal screen.
But I'd go along with it, Greg. I mean, it didn't look like his feet were set to me.
Kicks to Montejunas. There's the pass to Thornton. There's a screen by Montejunas. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Jones. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And for Terrence Jones, there's a quiet excitement surrounding him in personnel circles. Last season, he was a much better rim protector, way up in blocks, and his three-point percentage was up as well. So those are the kinds of year 3 improvements that talent evaluators are always looking for, especially when you come into the league as an underclassman.
There's the pick. To the left side wing. Takes a 3. Exum's shot is off. Rockets trail by 4. Lawson kicks to Thornton. Lawson outside. Over to the left wing. Ariza has the open look. It's good from long range. Ariza's got 8 points.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Exum kicks to Booker. Nice ball movement by Utah. No one near James as he lets it go. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
1:10 left to play here in the first. Lawson outside. Ariza outside. And stolen by James. And here they go. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That one is on Ariza.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and they'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see. And, you know, guys, Dante Exum is such a fluid, versatile athlete, really shows great promise, has tremendous size and length for a point guard, can also play the 2. His rookie season last year, though, a mixed bag.
Screen by Jones. Puts up a 3. Rebound, Utah. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And it goes back to what's been their strength, really, on the interior. From a defensive standpoint, they just defended the rim as well as you could.
Yeah, I thought it was really impressive the way they did it, guys. They were alert, they were active, they were aware, and their reaction to shots was outstanding.
23 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Exum. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
And after a furious run, now all of a sudden, they're in the lead.
They took their bumps and lumps earlier, guys, and dusted themselves off and are back at it, fighting hard.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. The Rockets on top as they wrap up the first quarter on a 9-1 run. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Energy Solutions Arena in Salt Lake City. And Derek Faber's known for his work ethic, and he talked about his focus on developing his skills. Well, the desire is there and sounds like the commitment. Jones checked in for Howard. Ariza comes in for Montejunas. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Jason Terry. And it's Lawson in for Patrick Beverley. Taking a look at the Rockets, Trevor Ariza out there with Thornton. Then it's Jones. Then it's Harden. And it's Lawson in at the 1 spot. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burdick. Doris, what do you have?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Grizzlies made some major contributions. He ended with 14 points, and along with what he did on the offensive end, he also played some stellar defense as well. The cherry on top for him, in addition to his outing, was ending the losing streak his team had been suffering through. We all know how big those moments can be for a team, Kevin.
Good job as always, Doris. Thank you, guys. What was your take on his performance?
Kevin, I really felt like he left it all out on the floor. I'll say this. It was a great, hard-charging effort.
Guys, when he's on, nobody's more fun to watch. And he was definitely on in that game.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those two in the first quarter.
Here's Lyles. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. 6 to shoot. Booker with it. He's picked up by Ariza. He had a nice open look right there. Now it's a 4-point Jazz lead. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I have talked about that. And Clark, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
A good look from James, and that comes off the assist by Exum. James has got 5 points now this quarter.
The field goal percentage has been bumped up into the high 50s now.
And when you're shooting like this, you should be winning. They're scoring with tremendous efficiency.
From deep, Thornton. No luck. So Utah will take it the other way. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Rockets team.
Yeah, and a 4-game season series between these two. Both will be looking to set the tone tonight.
Yeah, and as they renew acquaintances, if you're the underdog, you always want to show, hey, we've got something new up our sleeve. It should be fun.
Now, here is Lawson. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against San Antonio. Looking to end the run. It's good, and the Jazz lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Harden.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
And
Well, James, throughout the first half, you struck.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the... Going with an almost entirely new group here. Booker, he's checked in for Gobert. James comes in for Gordon Hayward. Burks, he's checked in for Hood. And it's Exum in for Trey Burke. And then for Houston, Montejunas is checked in for Terrence Jones. Thornton comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Lawson in for Patrick Beverley. James, he's in at small forward. Exum and Burks, their backcourt. Favors is out there with Booker. That's the group right now for Utah. And the rejection by Favors. Exum with it. The feed to James. Dishes to Favors. Exum with it. Now Lawson defending. James kicks to Burks. They set the pick. To tie. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Boy, for Alec Burks, he really started to put it all together in his third season. He doubled his scoring average, shooting percentage was up. Then last season, a strong start, but a shoulder injury cut short what I thought was going to be his best season yet.
First free throw is good. Jason Terry is checked in for Marcus Thornton. And it's tied up with that one. 1:57 left in the third quarter. Lawson outside. He feeds it to Howard. In the corner, Harden on the wing, Terry. Just 5 on the clock. Another miss by Houston.
Boy, they're fortunate. Defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
That gives them the lead. That's now 8 points for Freak.
What are they thinking leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him. That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Can't hit from the corner. Rockets trail by 3. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. A shot by Harden, wide open. No good with the triple.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Houston's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Howard with a screen on Favors. And Lawson with the drive. Howard. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Last season was difficult for Dwight Howard, to say the least, across the board. Worse since, in fact, his rookie year.
Yeah, he just wasn't able to stay healthy. I mean, looks dominant in spurts. Gets you thinking, okay, he's back, then. His body betrays him.
And talking about Howard, always a perennial double-doubles leader. Last year, through the injuries, he dropped down to 23 total double-doubles. But that was in only 41 games. So the average over an 82-game stretch would have put him in the top 5 once again. So clearly, he has a lot left when he's healthy.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
That's 2 in a row, and we call that a streak.
Now Lawson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
There's a screen. Got a piece of it. And here's Harden. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. Monty Eunice is checked in for Terrence Jones. Terry comes in for Trevor Ariza. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Marcus Thornton. Taking a look at the Rockets. Monty Eunice and Howard the post pair. Patrick Beverley out there with Lawson. And it's Terry in at the 3. In the corner, Monty Eunice with it. The Rockets with another miss. Jazz trail by 5. Favors with the screen. And Gobert kicks to Burks. Favors with a screen on Lawson. Back to Favors. Lets it go from deep, and it's good. And that's now 11 points for Trey Burke.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Well, guys, Kevin McHale had some advice for the team in that last break. He tried to really fire them up to bring it home, saying, all night, you have all night to rest after the final buzzer. For now, we have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
We watched Howard play some great basketball. 22 points, 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Rockets?
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
Here's Burks. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Now the Rockets with it. The lead is 2. Clark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward.
They get it back. Gobert with the block.
And it's still within reach.
But they have to be really close to perfect from here on out. I mean, they have to get their offense right on target, right on point immediately.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And the Rockets making a change here. Beverly's checked in. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 4-point ball game.
And those free throws will mean a ton now. It makes it a 2-possession game.
Here's Burke, and the rejection by Harden. And now they foul and stop the clock.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making it.
And he is unable to get the second one. And it's the Jazz's ball. It's a 5-point game. Here's James. Another miss by Utah.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game. Five seconds left to play here in the fourth. So Houston wins it. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Dwight, both your score.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Dwight Howard. During the second half, it seemed like he was simply on a mission. And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game.